Okay, so most of the time we're using web, most common. So because this is the only option that Photoshop offering with default 72 ppi, which is this quite a standard for the web or for the digital screen. But the artboards maybe not a good option to begin. So we uncheck the artboards for the most of the time, and then you just create based on that. So in a regular window, you will this is the interface, and we're gonna to type. So first hit the T. This is in this demonstration is it's good to see all those Creative Cloud app how they handle text. So when you switch to T, this one have a dynamic panel here to show you what's the font and what's the style, size, and all those other things. And then you can also turn on those character window to access more advanced control like uppercase or to change case, all the things. All right. You also find that this is here, so you can have those character window and the paragraph window to switch. All right, so now let's begin. So hit the T and then one click, and we can type these things, and then we can enter to confirm the settings. And next, how we can control it. This is the different. So hit a V, we can have this object here. So you can move it, but it's really is very hard to understand how we can, other than just to change the size from here. Is there any way to move them more freely? Oh, actually, we have this one called the Show Transform Control here. And when you turn this one on, you will have those handles here, and you can drag and quickly just resize and do change this object. When you move the mouse here around this corner, and you can rotate. Okay, let's confirm. All right, so what you really would do with the type 2, because Photoshop is not designed to handle a lot of, paragraph work and, text work, but it's good to know what they can do, okay? So we have those elements here. Now, one of the things that we usually do, so let's try to select this larger text here, and we change this one to kind of like a bold, so we have a larger text here. Next, we're trying to find a picture. Let me show you one kind of like a quite a popular things to put image into this text. So to get an image, you can go online to find any of this image. But welcome to my website, c4xd.com. On the home page, you get any of the picture you like, and just do a very quick practice. So we'll copy this image, and then we can go back to Photoshop, just paste the image. So we get those on the top. So what we usually do, well, this is not usually do, so is you say, I wanted to make this image inside the text. Okay, so we have two texts here. Let's see. Let's just make sure that we find the larger one, because I want to put it into the larger one. Make this one close and just following the image layer, which is copied here. And then what you need to do is hold Option or Alt key, find the line between those two layers, and then just one click, we put this image into the text. Okay, then you can still do move and just kind of like a repositioning. This is a very fast and easy way to put image into this. This is called a clip mask. Okay, so for type into Photoshop, the other things I think it was to mention is the 3D. So when you type things into the document, you have the option on the top. So let's try to create a new one, and I'm going to create the same one and just do the same thing. So I would just type and put those information here and just confirm. Just confirm. You can using this one to confirm, and to really to have this transform control, you will need to switch to type to move to, and just resize. Okay, so in some cases, say you don't want this one transform to by default. So what you can do is just manually transform. It's Command T, and when you hit Command T, this is a manually enter this transform mode, and then you will need to to confirm after you do after finish the adjustment. Okay, so there are some type of reshape here in this mode. For example, you have this here. This is for the transform only. Okay, so you have this interpolation here, and you can warp this text with certain shapes. Okay. Okay, so this is a kind of like a Photoshop way. So let's just repeat the previous step. We have the picture. So we get the picture. Let's just try to redo this to make you understand. Okay, so this remember image on the top and the actual shape on the bottom. And then when you have those two selected, you can also using a shortcut to doing this is create a clipping mask. So it's Command Option G. We highlighted the top layer. Command Option G, or you can do press and hold down Option key and find this line between those two layers. Okay. And you when you switch to V, you can free to move this image. Make sure that you highlight the image layer. Okay, and only highlight this image layer so you can kind of adjustment to show some details. Okay, so in this case, let's try to make this one a solid color background. So from here, you can give this one a color background so you can see how those things work. Okay, so it's under here. My screen does not, maybe not including this drop down menu, but it's this icon here. This first one called solid color. All right. Okay, so next let's do a real 3D. So we create this the same size, and with the T. So you should do this one pretty easy right now because you already did it twice in this video. And with Command T, I would just do what I usually do. Okay, resize. Okay, so now we have this. Then we have this 3D mode. Let's click 3D. So this is a really different experience, but it's actually many years already. We have this one in Photoshop. So to make this one more accessible, so first let's change the text color to more vivid color. And then let's just kind of free exploring this possibility. I would recommend you to start with the Orbit, the 3D camera, which is located on the left bottom of the screen. Click and drag, so you can see this one is in true 3D mode. Remember, these things you can embed it into your 3D work, okay, so into your 2D composition, which is very helpful for some little touch to complete your composition. And you can pan this via just like a regular move, okay, and you can also dolly just like a zoom in, zoom out, okay, and when you look closely for those things is really just how you see this thing is not really changing anything relatively in the space, but in case you want to change those objects, you want to actually move your cursor, hover to the object, and you will see this one it's really feels like a cube. Okay, so how it can handle this is really on all the edges is for you to rotate. Okay, for the rotate. So you can see this one, grab this yellow circle, and all the edges is for rotation, okay? You can rotate a different way. You see the highlighted area, and you can for those corners as well. You can see how this one handle, just kind of like change the rotation. But when you move to the kind of like the middle, you can resize and define the view. Okay, all right. Okay, there's some other things here. You can change the extruder things. You can, all the time recommended using those arrows to control. You will see how those casting shadows and how the light sources and how the light sources work and where you wanted to put the light. But in this case, it's really just give you a very quick introduction of this. And once you finish, you can just simply go switch to a regular layer and just back to the regular layers panel, and you'll be able to see the final result. When you save, this one will give a better result. Okay, so I think that's these three ideas we're using type in Photoshop.